Hello! I see Pixel was already in the chat. Hi, hello, how are you? What have you been up to today? I've been doing silicone molds, like, for the past week. And I'm finally doing my dice. Literally nothing. Nothing is always good. You need a break every now and then. So, I'm not sure if you were here last time, like at the end of the stream, but Sakura, my favorite character, is now dead. We just discovered her body. So today I want to do the entire investigation. That is my goal. R.I.P. I know, I hate this chapter simply because Sakura dies. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. And make sure I hit the right game button. Yeah. Oh, and I finally got ice in my drink too. I finished making resin coasters, so I can use it now. Lechonk as a replacement for F. Thank you for the Lechonk. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then the body discovery announcement. God, it hurts.
A body has been discovered.
Thanks, Monokuma.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Deadly life now. Alright, we also found out Sakura was a spy. Huh? That was the thing.
Sakura's.
I wouldn't really call him stupid. I mean, he is the mastermind.
Dead?
Yes, Aoi. I'm sorry.
Really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. That. I could only look on. At Sakura's dead body. There's so many S's. Sakura's. Stared silently. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. Where did you leave off? Like, what was the last thing you saw, Pixel? I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or reaction? You don't remember? Fair. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And Why? Why did this have to happen? I should really try voice acting, even though it's absolutely horrible. That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I began the series voice acting, but I eventually dropped it because there was too much of a strain on my voice. I just stood there, motionless behind her, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. We should have already begun investigating. Come on, Makoto. Get on with it. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. What? Olga?
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh? Oh, yes, just like Jill. When I do her laugh, my mom's like, what the hell is that laugh? What are you laughing at? Nice tongue. Yeah, I know. Whoops, I left it up. Let me quickly just change that. Yeah, no, this is not a blind playthrough. Please ignore that. I already know everything that happens. I just have a couple of timers on. Okay, we're done. Back to the game. Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means? This is a massive spoiler. People die. Yes, they do. I think it's like 6 chapters, so 6 people die? It's either 5 or 6. I just know we're starting to get to the end. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you! Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura! What? What? You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything! Because you hated her! Because you hated the sight of her! One of you did it! I know it! You know it? Jeez! I didn't know your power level could increase by that much just by getting mad. What are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. That's right! It's the next Monokuma file! Thank you, Monokuma! And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Wow, you really don't like Monokuma, do you? Feels like forever since I've had ice cold water. Now then, with that hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Huh? Huh? I'll punt Kip the little thing and stuff him full of C4. He's already full of C4. Like, it literally explodes. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. I actually quite like Monokuma. Then you'll ignite the C4. You know what? Understandable. I actually quite like Monokuma as a character. But if I were to, like, see him in real life, I would panic. Like, I am not getting anywhere near a robot stuffed animal bear. Ever. Maybe you and her fought again, and
In
then...
other words,
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now! Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that! It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
hey,
I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So, I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie! Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
I love his laugh. What the hell? He owes him one?
I will forgive you.
Worried about it? You always look happy, so he wouldn't know. Monokuma? Yeah. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's just playing with us. Like, we're little lab rats in just a school, a maze. And he's just experimenting on us. I'll say I wouldn't put it past him. I hate him! I hate this whole thing! Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. You certainly don't look okay. Thank God Tunic's not here. If you don't know, Pixel, Tunic is a massive Hina sip now. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order? No, Byakuya, please don't. Why don't we just put Hero on guard duty? I mean, it's not like he does any investigating anyway.
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to set foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura!
I won't forgive you.
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. Byakuya? Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. Byakuya's a prick, but he does have some very good points to make. He is quite logical. And you, Hero? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided!
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory, fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally. Who would want to touch a filthy dead body? That Jill lady is crazily scary. Yeah, Genocide Jill is actually Toko. She has, the stereotypical dissociative identity disorder. Where one's the normal person and the other's the crazy serial killer. So she literally is scary.
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Just do it! God, I shouldn't have done that. That was so cringe! Investigate. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami, Time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. Thank God you know the entire quote. I just know the just do it. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Yay! Vomiting blood! I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow, after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? Ah, the classic locked room. In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Called it! Locked room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. Yep. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room?
In other words...
By that I mean, there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seem to be the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. You gotta go? Alright, see you later, Pixel! I hope wherever you gotta go, you have fun. If it's work, I hope it's not busy or anything. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay, we in? We in! Sweet. Take another sip of water. Alright. Well, since this is a locked room mystery, we should focus on the door first. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which I caused. So we can rule that out as having happened prior. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Right, so our 4 locked room murder mysteries. The first one was some kind of mechanism to lock the door after the crime has occurred. The second one we ruled out because I can't remember the reason, but we ruled it out. Third one was the alternate escape route, I think. No, third one was to kill the victim while the killer is outside the room, so like through a gap in the door or something like I said before. The other one was the person hides and then comes out when there is during all the confusion, which I don't think that's it. Because Sakura's in the room, Kyoko, Hina and I were outside the room when we found her. My them sounds like him, it's like, no, I am saying them when I'm like, Blame it on the accent! And then Hina went to go get Toko, Byakuya, and Hiro. So I don't think anyone was hiding in the room. Like when the murder took place. Because Hina specifically had to go get the other 3. Huh. What's this? Broken glass. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink. And it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. Hold on. I gotta... There's glass underneath it. Huh. Strange. Yeah, because most of that glass would have been from the window shattering. So then why the hell is there glass underneath it? Ugh. This is the only thing I don't like about not playing a game for a while and coming back. Because I know the glass underneath was something important. But I cannot for the life of me remember why it was important. Like, order of events? But then how did... No, I should stop thinking. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2, so I gotta go to the Chem Lab. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. Says she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Ah, so Kyoko was the one who brought that up. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Anti-protein drink. I hope my chair's not creaking too much. Tell me if you do hear it creaking way too much. Because I finally brought a ball to play with, like with my feet. There's more glass here. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Yeah, it's yellow and it's got a dinosaur on it. It's literally one of those kiddie balls, but it just stays under my desk and I'm just batting it around my feet. Oh, I should have invested in this so much sooner. Because even when I'm working, I'm finding it's actually helping me concentrate. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. This glass is all red and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor. They're from up here, I think. Yeah, they are. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. So, pawn, rook. We found the knight on the floor. That's the bishop and king. Where's the queen, though? It's like there are 2 empty spaces. I'm assuming that's where the 2 are. And it's kind of weird not to have a queen in a chess set. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottle.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh, yeah. Maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle. Yeah, I think they make those by... like... You know how glass blowers sort of, they literally blow into a pipe to blow up the glass in order to create bottles and vases, whatever. I never know how to pronounce that because I hear both ways all the time. So I think what they do is they blow it up to a certain point and then put the figure inside. Or like they break off part of it, let it cool, put the figure inside, and then add on the top. And because it's glass, the way it fuses together, like the 2 pieces fuse together, it creates either little to no seam, or the glass doesn't completely cool when, or like they heat it up, something like that. You can't see my thought process, can't you? Oh, I love my new coaster. I got a lot of new things recently. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the floor, on the ground. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass on the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Yeah, but there's only... What happened to the missing one, though? Oh! Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside... Handprints! It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker. and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in there. Hidden here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped down and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not? Come on, Makoto, use your head! You've been through this enough times already.
Hey.
Think that. Think that! Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then... what does this handprint mean? I don't know! Well, someone's definitely in there. There's blood over here. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. What, so no blood got on them? Okay. Candy wrapper? Looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So, you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. So it's impossible for anyone but Hina to have tampered. Noted. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Okay, let's check out the body now. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. God, she looks so weird at this angle. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma specifically said that she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status. Okay. Whoa, what happened? Oh shit, order. I was just trying to reach over for my other fidget toy. Because I'm paranoid about me kicking the ball around. It's gonna create too much noise. Pretty sure I dropped something as well. Give me like 5 minutes. Double check that nothing fell down. I'm gonna need a torch. Nothing's gonna mess with my equipment, is it? I'm not seeing anything. No, I think we could. Oh wait, no, there it is, found it. The third one fell down. Yeah, I have like 3 different fidget toys. Okay. I feel like I have spent most of this stream just fidgeting and doing nothing. I hope I didn't fuck up my settings though. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go back and read what we missed since I accidentally hit the spacebar. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. But Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a moist, interesting location. On a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Great. Now the chair's uncomfortable. Okay, I'm not going crazy. It really did sink down. Everything's still working, yeah. I didn't accidentally fuck up even more things, have I? No, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. I mean, the camera definitely still works. And I'm seeing everything jump up and down, so that's still on. Cool. Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Vomiting blood. I mean, I wouldn't put it past. Didn't she also have a head injury? Shouldn't we, like, look at that? Sakura drew her last breath. There's obvious evidence of multiple blows to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file... Okay, yeah, this is just rehashing what we said. What said? Hina, what you got? We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It has to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then, let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here, in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually, she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry. That she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stop her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets. Regrets. I know. I always account. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she'd end up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Let's talk to... Actually, is there anything? Can I look at the chair? I can. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so it couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. Right. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside. Right, so that was the setup then. I'm not seeing anything else. We check that, check that. Check the bloodstain and Sakura. Kyoko, did you find anything? But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist. Strong in body, mind, and spirit. So, how's the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They wouldn't have needed to if they had expected to stand any chance against her. Okay, let's check with Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then, it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Is that true? Yeah, because it was Toko, or really Genocide Jill, who was fighting with Aoi. Yeah, Byakuya would not have seen Sakura today at all. At least not that we and Makoto would know of. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account. And hydrate. Yep. Cold water is the best. It's nice to see the coaster doing its job already. Well, Makoto, have you finished with the general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. Do you really have a choice? There's only 4 of us, and 3 of them cannot investigate the area, besides Byakuya. She's decided. She's gone a lot more pushy since we've had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wants to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. We also got to go to the chem lab. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh, you're just gonna transport me? Thank you. So it's Hiro and Toko. Kitaka, Mundo, Saika, Byakuya, Junko, Toko! I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Ah, Toko, there you are.
Who's there?
Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you want to talk to me about something. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess that's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit it. I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Toko and Genocide Jack don't actually share memories, or they only share bits and pieces. So I wonder if Genocide Jack was the one who went and not Toko. Or if Genocide Jack even knew. See, even though there's 3 people it could have been, there's technically 4. Since Toko and Genocide Jack are one in the same. Just different personalities. Hiro? No, that's Sakura. Aoi, Chihiro, Celeste. Hiro's down here. Hiro. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yep. Yeah, actually. I just want to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How did you know about that?
Could it be?
What? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities wakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Olga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. Ah. Olga told me herself, so you did meet her. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest. This is super suspicious. Yeah, he's not a good liar, is he? So then, you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way! I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
just don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Wait. Yeah, he definitely met with her. Because he says he hasn't met Sakura since dropping off Hina, but then he also says that Sakura told him himself that she also asked Byakuya and Toko. But Hina said that Sakura came to a decision after seeing Hina hurt. You're lying. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Let me guess, it's the note, isn't it? Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? No! Ah, so they did meet! Sakura and Hina were the only ones who had that? So, yep, they met.
Huh?
Ah! Quick as a wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? What the hell is with that reaction? Anyway, I got to know that Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. But pocket trash, polka dot trash. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again. But on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. Let's go there first. Let's go to the chem lab. I probably should go this way. It is this floor, isn't it? Data lab. Yeah, because we're on the 4th chapter, so there would have been 4 floors. There we are.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There are footprints! These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. I could have told you that without drawing up the... They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No!
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. The feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Can I look at them again? If you lay out the footprints... Oh, yeah. Okay, so then what's on the left shelf? What's on the left shelf then? Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter A and a number. Now why is there a C there? So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labelled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? What about this bottle? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4, so it came from the C shelf. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could have only have been around the time of the incident. If that is really where it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. So was it the powder? Okay. So then... I'm seeing a lot of skulls and crossbones. One look and all I can tell is it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. This looks like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can see this part of the shelving unit section C. Alright, so we have supplements and poisons and other strong chemicals. And somehow one got spilled and then another got transferred over this side. What's in B? So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Reagents or reagents? Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. You know what? Personally, I cannot argue with that. I suck at math. Like, even doing basic math, I completely suck at it. Well, I'm more of an artsy person anyway. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try and find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in that Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was the bottle poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf. I also want to point out that there's only one set of footprints here. And in order to get from C to A, like for that bottle to go from C to A, you have to go from C to A. This bottle's from C. So let's assume for now that the person who broke that is the same one who put the other bottle in here. So they grabbed the bottle from here, let's say they knocked it over and spilled all over the floor. If they did that, then there's a chance that this powder fell on their shoes or their clothes or something like that. Because you can easily step over that. But in order to put it back in A, you'd have to step in the powder. There's only one set of footprints here. And they only went to A. Maybe, I mean, it's possible. They went to A, put it in there. Maybe grab the protein, I don't know. Because the protein came from A, I believe. Yeah, because dietary supplements, they would have come from A. Where is it? Yeah, Chem A2. So that would have been from here. Put the the chemical in there, take out the A chemical and leave, and that would leave these footprints. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle is labelled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints of the powder. Yep. According to Byakuya. Footprints in the powder. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay. We might have figured this out? I mean, I'm I'm not convinced that's my theory is exactly what happened. Because if they spilled that, why would you need to come in from that angle? Because you would have had to go over there anyway. Huh. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Leave the area. Yeah, let's go back to the rec room. Rec room is floor down? Yeah. Alright. What else do I have to look in here?
Hey.
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look over them one more time. Okay, let's start with the magazine shelf. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Ah! Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... It says Toko. On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bloody letters. Bold, bloody letters. In bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? I really don't think it is.
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. It seems awfully reminiscent of the first case. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
But she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you'd think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message. Bottles? I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Is it the missing queen? A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And that's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma bottles.
Hey.
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottles? Try to get the small pieces too. Give me a moment. Okay, cool. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation. So it's fine. And that obnoxious Byaku's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to go get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the pieces. All the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... what choice do I have? I better just do it. Man, we're everyone's lapdog, aren't we? I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. I'm probably trying to read way too fast, and that's what's making me stutter and stumble. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare the weights. Compare the weights? Of what? The pieces of glass you collected. And one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced. Looks slightly off to me,
in other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else would really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? That they're the same? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll bounce out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try. Oh! Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. The missing queen!
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together, I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. Two were broken! That explains the missing queen! So, what do you think? It's all on you. Now, I think it was Sakura's body she said I have to look at again? Yeah. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there's still sometimes... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. That powder! Right, so it's on her shoe? Whoa, 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 whoa. Was Sakura the one who spilled that bottle? Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instat? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added. Yep.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary. So her hands were spotless. But her foot's got the powder. So she obviously didn't touch the powder, at least not directly. But she was there when it spilled. Or like she just sprinkled some on her shoe and washed her hands. I don't know. And 2 blows to the head. Someone thought she needed a second blow to try and kill her. Ugh, my sinuses are killing me again. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, are we already done?
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
We're done? I thought it'd take longer than that. We've only been going at this for like an hour.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
We're really doing this, aren't we? It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay. I thought we'd be here for like a good 2 hours doing just the investigation. Obviously, I've overestimated. So, I'm going to take a very quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to do the entire class trial. Because, well, I want to make sure I get over 2 hours. And you know what? That'll just bring us one step closer to the end of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. And the start of what I've now decided will be our next game is Pokemon Infinite Fusions. I'll talk more about that when the stream ends. But I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. See ya. And we're back. Now, I do have some food with me, so I might be turning the mic on and off throughout this, at least while the characters are talking. Just so I can snack, refuel. But, let's just hop right back into it. I generally don't like eating on stream. Because, well, it feels awkward. Because you physically can't see that I'm eating. So, and I don't even know if the mic picks it up. I mean, I really shouldn't be worried about it. But I do. Monokuba made his announcement and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist, emoji. Locked in a room, murder mystery. Oh, locked in the room. A locked room, murder mystery, emoji. What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body! Oh my god! This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? Sad face, tears. He's right! That does make it seem sad! Oh god, I love the fourth wall breaking.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator! Ooh. See you all down there! Left, up, down, right. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look
I-
at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Hero! My god, how did you live this long? Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? You are. Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubts that one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Let's go! Let's do this! Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We all watched the doors closed, and felt it began its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower. And as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few! It must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, the class trial end with one less classmate, or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Yes, I will save. Thank you. I'm not gonna pass up that opportunity. Okay, let's set our skills. Do we have any more skills? I don't think we do. No, we don't. Finish preparations. All rise. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
Yeah, it's like the first trial all over again.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. It's because Sakura asked them to meet her. Oh, his account. Time to relearn all the controls.
It was one of you.
Yep.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You
Well, that's
hated her.
true.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Nope, nope, nope. Boom.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died.
Yep.
So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. But does that mean one of them did it? Make your own. Okay.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
That seems to be true.
I didn't either.
That also seems to be true.
Same here.
That one is 100% a lie.
No, that's wrong.
Hi, Tunic!
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
How are you going today? What have you been up to?
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm just gonna pause it for a moment here. To catch you up, the investigation only took like an hour. I thought it'd take like 2. But we're now in Sakura's class trial. We have 3 suspects, Hiro, Byakuya, and Toko, because Aoi said that Sakura met with them, or like requested to meet with them. And that's what I can give you without spoiling anything. You worked today and saw your new nephew. Oh, cute.
Red polka dots?
Yeah, this part has a lot of voice acting, so I generally don't talk much.
That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Hina only gave the piece of candy to Sakura after Sakura got upset.
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is when Sakura got that candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was,
Yeah, you didn't see any of the investigation, so you wouldn't know that this is also a locked room murder. So, Sakura died when the room was locked. There's no in or out besides the door we broke. Hiro's guilty. I mean, he's definitely lying. That's for sure.
oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
I call bullshit again.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Uh-huh, tell us this proof.
With proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Do you mean her dying message? What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
Hiro, stop. You're just digging yourself a bigger hole. Hiro, for context, Tunic, Hiro, Byakuya, and Toko, they weren't allowed in the crime scene. Until Byakuya's like, no, if you're gonna let anyone in, let me in. So of those three, Byakuya's the only one who had access to the scene of the crime. Hiro did not have access. And this magazine was in the rack. So, Hiro's really stupid.
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
Hiro, no.
True. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh?
Thank you, Kyoko.
When we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. When Kyoko found in the magazine the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf. It's upside down.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Another make your argument? Yep. What we got? Magazine dying message. The fact that it's on the magazine shelf?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
That's also true.
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine
That's
shelf.
true.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's What's your problem?
Just book him.
What I said makes total sense.
We have to execute him. Oh, if you stick around, you'll see the executions. He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at that time there was the magazine. He was on the shelf.
I can tell you exactly when I found the
Is that
dying
control?
when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, fuck! I skipped it by accident.
The magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Yeah, the executions in this game are magnificent. Gory, but magnificent. No, it doesn't have to involve death because it's Danganronpa. Okay, so I need a copy?
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oh, there we go. I think that's what I have to do.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Yes, that is what I was meant to do.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
So, whoever the blackened is, if we find them, they get executed. And it's usually very gory. If the blackened wins, everyone else, including me, dies.
That's where
We
Hiro
get
was
executed.
found after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Death isn't the answer, then what is the answer?
Yeah?
I'm generally curious. If you're in this situation, if you're the mastermind, what would be the answer? Because I would 100% go the murder route.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Her hands were clean, there's no way she could have wrote it. If it was in her blood, she would have had blood on her finger, just like Sayaka. Lock him up in the room? What room? The secret murder trainer? Like a jail cell? No, no. The mastermind is the one who wants us to kill people. So they're all down for murder. Like, they gave us ideas. Without a doubt. You gotta remember, we're dealing with a psychopathic robot stuffed animal bear here. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. I'm gonna open my dorayaki. Oh shit, no, I can't!
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Is it Tab?
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
It is Tab.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Ugh. Did I do it? Did I do it?
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Yeah, get it! God, I hate the rhythm. Like, I'm pretty good at rhythm games, but not that one.
I'm unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you
Come
look
on,
at
Dorayaki.
it, the message was almost certainly written using a
Open.
pen. But
Thank you.
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Really, Hero? Actually, I should just keep that on auto.
Hiro could very well have written it himself.
Yeah, I bet that's what happened.
That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Hero. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
Like an idiot?
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. I know, right? It's like, you're already suspicious of her wanting to kill people. So why would you go to the one place where she can kill you? Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence.
So, Hiro wasn't the one in the locker.
Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked
My Sakura
out,
wouldn't do that.
and I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Ah.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
God damn it, Hiro.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
He said he left it on the table, didn't he? So then how did it end up back in the magazine rack?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro said that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. What? Why didn't he use Sakura's finger? I know, right?
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the
She's
magazine
angry,
was hidden,
Tunic.
does it?
But you'll forgive her if she kills someone, right? Right? I'm joking. I'm not expecting you to.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
What if she killed Sakura?
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
There better not be a hole in my new ball. I finally, yeah, you weren't here when I was talking about, but I finally brought a ball to play with my feet. It's yellow, and it's got a cartoon dinosaur on it. No, it doesn't look like it's got a hole. That's cool. I would have been really sad if there was one. She's innocent.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
The person in the locker.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, Who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Oh, it's Toko then. Toko!
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
It's so weird
Who
hearing
else
it
would
pronounced as
wanna hide the
Toko.
magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
Shock!
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Repeat!
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Okay, what's our truth bullet? Kyoko's examination summary. I think it's
I didn't want to, but
Kyoko's examination summary, because
I grabbed
she's been
another
hit
cool bottle
twice.
from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind. before
That
she could
seems
do
true.
anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Aha! So that one? Yes!
No, that's wrong.
I love it when I get first try.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
Yes, because the glass weighed heavier than one.
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
And we're also missing the queen.
There's something very suspicious about
I'm
those
pretty sure it's the
bottles.
queen. Yeah, that's the king, so we're missing the queen.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
Okay.
Originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
6 chest
That's
pieces.
easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Let me guess, I'm the one who got to answer it. Yep. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be... It's the object that the Monokuma figure had inside each bottle is holding. Chess pieces! Hangman's Gambit. Let's go. Last piece of Dorayaki too. I need a C. Yep. Got that one. One more S. Come on, S. Where is it? There it is. Chess P. E. C. E. Done. Easy peasy.
Now I understand.
It's easier than schizo.
That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
God, I want more Doriaki now.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight,
Yep.
if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know
The
too much about
queen!
chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Shogi's basically just chess. Just a different form. Actually closer to proper battle tactics rather than chess.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
The
Think about
scales?
what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait. Then the bottle that was missing was broken.
The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proved that is, Kyoko and I figured it out before, it is these scales! Glass shards. Where is it? Glass shards on the floor. I think it's glass shards on the floor? No! Ah! Monokuma file, record door, status. Polka dot, glass shards, figure, Monokuma bottles. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Wait, oh, there it is! Found it.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavy. And the reason for that is
There were 2!
there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was
Did that
used
say
the
bowling
second time
aficionados?
Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on
Why is
Sakura's
that even an
head
option?
came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
But there is!
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Alright,
Okay,
spill it.
fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did? Why didn't you say that earlier?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Yeah, shock is one hell of a drug.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear. But maybe she
The
found somewhere to
locker!
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element, okay, please tell me. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it, simply press Q key. Okay. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, but for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you set to mean regardless. By the way, you're about halfway through the... We're halfway through the goddamn game. I thought we were close to the end. So I guess I'm not going to talk about infinite fusions later on. That'll be closer to the end. Maybe when we get to the final chapter? Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, here we go.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse
Come on.
It's a lie. It's a lie! I admit nothing.
Okay.
That's enough!
Oh, shit! No, there we go!
This should prove it.
How long is this game? I have no goddamn clue.
Did you know
Each
someone
chapter
left a
takes
handprint
about
behind on the
6
inside of the
hours,
locker?
I think? And there's 5 or 6 chapters in the game? So, math time! Where's my calculator? So if we assume that there is roughly 6 hours per chapter and 6 chapters, 36 hours? Give or take a few? I'd actually say it's close to like 40, maybe 45 if you're slow like me. Yeah, the rhythm sucks.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
I really like rhythm games though. I should actually play one. But there's not many rhythm games that you really can play. On the computer at least.
Does his handprint look familiar, Toko?
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we?
I'm still wondering, did they like bring in the locker or something?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my hand.
Thank you, Byakuya!
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
Probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there
God,
early,
she really is.
So I went into the rec room.
She really is this bitch.
I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yeah, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was
Ugh.
Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazine.
That explains genocide, Jill.
I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Huh? You mean...
Guess who's back?
Hi, genocide Jill!
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me away. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
Sakura!
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
God, I love the dynamic. Like, don't get me wrong, it is creepy. But I still love the dynamic.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Yeah. I know, right? Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
Why are you pushing the vote, Hina? I generally hope it's only because... For Tunic's sake, I hope it's because you just want justice for your friend and not because you're the actual killer.
No, not quite yet.
Imagine how sad would that be if Hina was the actual killer.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
I have to play it in your head. It's kind of my job.
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's my dorayaki package. I just feel some sort of plastic with my foot. It's like, what the hell is that? I don't remember dumping anything down there. It's a package from the dorayaki I ate not too long ago. It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Okay, make your argument. What have we got? Status of Sakura's body.
I was just sleeping peacefully.
I think it's that.
Sakura was right there in front
Because she also vomited blood.
I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Oh, no, it wasn't in front of the shell. She was sitting up in the rec room.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Doesn't seem like it is.
You sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. It was the blood.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
And she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
Do you really think Toko would be able to lift Sakura up?
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because the locker door was open when we looked in. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I was in the locker! That was me! Dio!
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her! Thank you very much! You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
So the Monokuma file said she had 2 blows to the head and she vomited blood. And if the blow to the head weren't it, then it'd probably be the vomiting the blood. Which... it tells me that she had some sort of internal bleeding or something. Because vomiting blood is obviously very bad.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Can we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation, maybe it's... Monokuma File 4, I think, would be our... Because the yellow powder was on her shoe.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause.
Yes, there is.
Killed Sakura.
Just give me the
I
yellow.
can't think of anything other than the shot toward her.
Do-do-do.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
How would that work?
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even check there?
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Ooh.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Imagine how much more creepy that would be if the tongue wasn't there.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Come on.
Of course, if you don't mind.
Just tell me.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Was it the misplaced bottle?
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
That one was in the A cupboard where it was meant to be in the
The
C.
shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents.
It is reagents.
A variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it, but it's on the same shelf as all the supplements on positive section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Trying to moisturize the hands. Because they're crusty again. Like sandpaper. I actually probably could sand my resin with my hands. It's certainly dry enough.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Oh, are we finally gonna be rid of Byakuya? I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
What is up with me and dropping my fidget toys?
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
You mean vomit it out?
Flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched the finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
And just chugged it in front of us?
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely the poison must have been in... Could it be? It was in the protein bottle. They literally just got swapped. Protein. Where's my R? There it is. Pro. T. N. 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 Oh, drink! It's meant to be protein drink. There we go.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene, a protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
So then now we gotta figure out who gave her that bottle.
I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them must be what we found from the shelf. It was the footprints, the powder, the thing. Source of the powder, footprints in the powder. There we go.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
But it only went to shelf A. It didn't even go to shelf C.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Was the powder there?
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
You know what? I can see it crying if Ally does.
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
What do you think about that, Tunic?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it.
There, Tunic.
And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers are the only people who wear sneakers are... me and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself.
If the footprints didn't
Just stick
belong to
around,
Makoto,
Tunic.
that
Just
left
stick
only
around.
one other possibility. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Just killed Jill.
It's just the two of them were so close.
If you choose the wrong person, we all die.
This way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true?
You really are devastated, aren't you?
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did...
To be fair, to be completely fair, I was also really upset when I had to kill, if you played Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, I had to kill Oval Epimenides. I was genuinely upset about that. So I understand how you feel.
Why? Why would you do that?
Did you trade places with her?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt.
Understandable.
She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it.
What the You do realize she's like 16, right?
And
They're all like 16.
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
It's just a game, yeah.
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What
But
matters
would
is
you-
outwitting the opponent.
I don't get calling a 16-year-old mommy. Unless, of course, you got a mommy kink. I don't agree with it, but... not really. I don't agree with it. It's more of... I don't see the appeal. But I can understand if that's your thing, do whatever you want. The mommy thing, by the way.
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl...
You don't? Yeah, sure.
Sakura saved
I'm
herself.
kidding. I believe you.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
Seeing you just cheer on Kyoko for saving Hina, I don't know if the model brings it out, but I'm just smiling from ear to ear.
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Oh, Sakura had yellow powder on her shoes. So if Aoi was really the killer, then how did the powder get on her shoe?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
Kyoko! Kyoko! Kyoko!
How come? That doesn't matter.
Turn on order for a bit.
Please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else
I
could
need
have
to take a
possibly
nap
done
after
it.
this.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them.
But that doesn't line up with the
Once I was done
footprints.
with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to section C to get the poison. Then moved to section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from section C to section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true... Bloody... I dropped my fidget toy again. Give me a moment. God, why do I always do this? What's up with my butterfingers? Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Footprints in the powder!
First I went to section C.
Footprints in the powder.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C to section
Ah, no you did not!
No, it's
You
wrong.
just went to section A. Which means someone else did
You
it.
said you went to get the poison from section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
It couldn't have been me because, well, we're the main character.
Yeah?
Protag
about it?
Protag powers, am I right?
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A.
What is up with me yawning today?
That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
Just ship. I'm sure you'll be able to find some fan art if you look it up. But you might find more Sakura and Hina.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A.
Are you
So
giving
never
everyone
went to
nicknames
section
now?
C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
Oh wait, no, it's only it's only Byakuya called Pretty Boy, isn't it?
well, you see...
What the? What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Yakia, you're wrong!
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Is it the queen? A piece of glass!
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
Oh, does this have to do with the blue shards underneath the bottle as well?
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
What?
Huh? Me?
Bud, if you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass cube I found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something this same shade of blue, the window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So I think that must be it.
I just remembered how the shards got under there. At least I think I remember.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, it should have been on section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
So if that happened, then the bottle must have... The bottle of poison must have been in the room with Sakura's body. And Hina definitely went to A. So then... How did the powder get spilled?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab.
That would explain the footprints.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
So, if how we definitely went to the... If how we definitely went to the shelf A, she's messing up the investigation.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
No, you're just too
I'll
slow.
grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can.
Okay.
After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was open.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
There was glass under the bottle, Byakuya.
How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. What are we doing? To make your argument, okay. Kyoko, 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 Kyoko! Empty protein drink.
When it comes to that,
I think that's what we
protein
need.
there's not a doubt in my
Yeah.
mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there?
Unless I gotta copy something.
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Alright, so I didn't need to copy anything. Sweet.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves
Ah!
it shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
Oh.
That's not why.
I know the reason. I know the reason, and it hurts.
The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Oh wow, it's actually using letters now.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
Yeah, it's a suicide case.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
Sakura herself. Evidenced by the yellow powder on her shoe.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
When you got poison from the chem lab brought to the rec room, it had to have been Sakura.
I got it! I think
Yeah, this is my least favorite chapter.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
We're not lying! No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to section C. Kika already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! wrong. You're wrong. I'm telling you, I did it. Stop talking.
Come on. It's a little more.
You're a liar. Wrong. You're wrong.
Alright, right. Here we go.
Do you have any kind of proof?
There we go.
This should prove it.
Yeah!
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
She needs a hug.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
Get the poison!
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery, the locked room, there's only one way to explain it. Choose your fighter! Where is she? Wanda Sakura.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think
Yeah,
about
I
it,
feel really sad
the
for
more I
Sakura.
realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
We have to go over the case from the beginning! Closing argument. And... Byakuya also got the note. Next act. She hid in the locker? I don't know if it's that one or the other one. I think it's that one? Because that looks like she's coming out. Hero showed up and attacked her with the knight. And then Hero forged yeah, that's right there. And then Hero forged Toko's name. So yeah, I'm not missing anything back here. Afterwards, Toko came out of the locker. I have a bad feeling. You know what? I'm gonna swap these because I have a really bad feeling. I think this is meant to go here, and the other one is Toko coming out of the locker. Then she put the magazine back, but it's upside down. Yeah. She grabbed the other bottle and hit it over Sakura's head. Yeah, there's the queen. Cleaned it up, ran away. Sakura's awake. She gets the chemical? Yeah, she gets the chemical and drinks it. We come in, find her dead. Hina pockets the poison, goes out, comes back, and places the protein drink.
Here's exactly what happened.
Oh god, please let the doors be cracked.
Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko.
Okay, this is the moment of
She
truth.
got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yes! I did it right!
And she found it.
Yeah, it is a lot of
To the locker to get
memorizing.
out of sight.
But when you're actually playing and going through it, I think it becomes rather easy then.
From inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
I'll be ending the stream after the execution, by the way. Just letting you know.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle.
We're going up to 3 hours now.
Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the
Going good, we're going good.
upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece.
I'm so curious where that piece went.
And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground.
My favorite character's dead now.
And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this
Yeah, we got to hang out with her a few times.
On themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
Oh well, oh well.
And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
It's so dramatic too.
That's the full truth of the case.
I have to pay respects.
Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
Yep.
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Because I am Makoto's brain. I am his single brain cell.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean,
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
At least he grows from this. Oh fuck, 1B. Only 1B. You know what? Not bad. Actually, I think most of my results have at least 1B.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Right, let's do this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And all the brain cell in the background that cares for Hina. Yep, just a single brain cell just going Hina.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me.
Same, Monokuma. I need a nap after this.
Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Let's do this.
So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make
The
the right
righteous
choice or the
or the dreadfully wrong one.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Hina. RIP. R.I.P. Sakura. You were the best girl in my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand. Okay, I thought I just heard the dog whine, so give me a moment. I will be right back. No, he's fine. Max is fine. We're cool. Just my imagination. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died, it's cause all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you're gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. You do realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died. Look at this! Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Of course you'd die with her. I wouldn't. No thank you, I like life. Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive
my closest friend got hurt. No, no thank you. I don't want to share any coffins. Sakura? Because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked me to meet with them. You'll give me a pillar? Oh god. Now, if I'm gonna share a coffin with anyone, it's gonna be Sakura, and I'm gonna use her chest as my pillow. Thank you very much. You can have Hina's. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. They all gang up on you at once. Even you... Hina. Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. Deal? Deal. It's a plan.
Friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what a suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd push her. Sakura, what happened to you? Hina, you came. Wait right here. I'll help you out.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner. And we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I want to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm so sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long! I'm about to fall asleep over here! I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. Because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Do you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... You... lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. That just makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. I know, right? Heck! Even if the will had factored in, it still wouldn't have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene! Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked! For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. aka my normal voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? We can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Right after I hydrate. Lukewarm water. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness, and because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course! Because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
Amen. But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
Oops. Accidentally clicked forward. My betrayal brought up suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I decide to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told, and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death by herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show myself through my actions, not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it It was because of her stupid mailing that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean the next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Eh? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
What?
Huh? Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. But what? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we needed to destroy is you, nobody else.
What do you...
The heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fears for this game.
Don't make me repeat.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I'll no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now, I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever master goes, I go! And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire! Everyone!
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. Well, nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get on track.
You want me to punch
It's the moment you've all been waiting for! Punishment time! Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can't just summon whatever old shit I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule.
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So my special punishment? I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got!
It's punishment time! Sit back and enjoy the execution. Yeah, it's alter ego! But imagine if that was an actual person. How much blood would there be? I guess our hope of connecting to the outside. You suck, man! You turned him into mangled hunker junk! Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe we'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried? Broiled? Give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. If you ever find a plush of this bear, I'm gonna punch it. Fair. But I would get one just to cuddle. Like, not an actual Monokuma, because I'd probably die, but you get what I mean. I want a plush of Monokuma. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You're friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where his soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. I was just trying to find things out, all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you're still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was... I guess you could call it a gift. From me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward. And all of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into network was just too personal. So I had to take a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
very.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well...
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there's still a little bit more of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Ah. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the deluxe tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. And so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been a hit deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop in the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid! It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's no. I can't ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now? There's one last line in the notes. And let me just say this to the masterminds. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. If you guys should try and get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. Much like how I'm going to do to you right now! Thank you so much for joining me, Tunic. Pixel, I know you're not here, but thank you as well. Thank you to anyone who has been lurking. So, tomorrow I will be streaming. We'll be going back to Pokemon Violet. And we're taking on the Grass Gym leader. I probably don't need to level up, so I'm not even going to bother doing that. But probably the Grass type Gym leader, maybe a Titan or two. And then we'll see where we go from there. Next Sunday, I will be playing Danganronpa again. And next time, we will be beginning the next chapter. I think it's the final chapter? It's either the final one or the second final one. So we'll be trying to do all the daily life, like before we find someone's dead. Let's put it that way. So until then, I will see you later. Bye!